following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Sitting down and designing, why every man in my thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me, big up the girls inside the party, let's get down to crazy Jimmy, big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
British, punk, yo, what I wanna be, Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
We'll take you out to Jimmy Star's.
Hey ho, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. Ron will be here in a minute. Hope everybody is doing well. I know the chat room is starting to fill up a little bit, so I see Cindy Lady Lake in there. Hey Cindy, how you doing? Stefan Bell is in there. I'm sure it'll fill up shortly. So we have a fun show for you guys today. It's a little bit different because of the election. People didn't really want to come on the show quite so much. We have a fabulous singer, Gina Zollman, coming on for the second half of the show, and for the first half of the show we're going to have discussions, and Michelle Tabrizi-Ortiz is coming on to talk about the South Bay Music Awards. It'll be a lot of fun. It's a show I'm going to be going to at the beginning of December, so it's a lot of fun. In the meantime, I hope everybody is doing well, and Ron is coming in right now to sit down so we can say hi to everybody.
Oh.
We're live.
We're on?
I don't know, like lots of people.
Are we on?
Yeah, we're on. We've been on.
I was busy eating olives.
There you go. So what's up, everybody? Here's Ron.
That's what happens when you work from the home.
That's right. What, you eat
Well,
you eat olives?
you forget you have a show to do.
Well, I hollered at you, but you didn't come, and I couldn't leave since we were on the air.
I was so busy eating the most delicious olives in the world. We bought them in Costco.
Yes.
Oh my God, the big green ones, they're like a meal.
Look how good we look today.
Oh, look good. You have this stupid haircut.
I know you don't like that haircut, but it's growing out pretty fast already.
I wish.
So what's up, chat room? Hope everybody's doing well. Lady Lake loves olives. If you guys like chicken wings, they also had some really good chicken wings there.
I look on YouTube and I read all this crap about how you're dying, about your kidneys, your ass, they tell you all the stuff, what's wrong with you. And they all said that olives and olive oil is the most important thing to put in your body. I put so much olive oil in my body, it comes out of my pores.
That's true, he does.
So it's really healthy. Maybe that's why I don't wrinkle, because I use olive oil on my face. I use olive oil on my face. I use it in my hair. And I consume.
Yeah, he doesn't use soap, you guys. He
No.
uses olive oil to wash his face.
My soap. If shampoo falls from my hair to my face, I have a stroke. No. You never put anything with lye in it. Soap has lye in it, and lye will eat away your skin
And dry it out.
And I'm always complimented about my skin, that I don't have wrinkles. And they say, "What's your secret?" I said, "There's no secret. I just don't put any kind of chemical on my face. I don't believe in it." I have a very darling friend of mine who has a cosmetic company. And he has had every treatment known to man done to his face. And now his skin is starting to look not right. So that's it.
Okay. I didn't know if you wanted to mention, so I guess not. We're not mentioning that.
Mention what?
Who?
No, I don't want to mention who.
But it's all good. Everything is good, you guys. The weather here in Palm Springs is beautiful. It was like 60 this morning. I was so happy. I know Ron doesn't like it that cold, but it was absolutely beautiful. And so the weather is very, very nice. Now we're going into fall and Christmas and Thanksgiving. And so it's a fun part of the year, and I think it's going to be great. They said they've heard about the olive oil thing before in the chat room.
Who said they heard about it?
Cindy.
I'm telling you, Italians have wonderful skin. So do the Greeks. And the Italians and the Greeks use gallons and gallons of olive oil. I mean, I cook with it. I don't use any of that other shit, that other stuff like motor oil, I call it. No, I cook with it. It's wonderful. It's great on salads. I love it. Right, Astro?
So as it is, we want to thank everybody for tuning into the show. Last week's show is doing really, really well. So thank you so much for listening to it. You can hear our show. Obviously, you can watch us live on W4CY, on the W4CY Radio YouTube channel. We're also on the W4CY website. And then after the show, we go on to 160 platforms. The biggest ones are Red Circle, which really helps us a lot if you listen to us on Red Circle. Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, TuneIn. So please keep listening. We'll really appreciate it. We're back up in the charts again. And
I got
lots of
olive
people are
stuck on my
tuning in.
tooth.
That's okay.
It looks like I had a tooth knocked out.
And Hub Reynolds Jr. just joined us in the chat room, too. What's up, Hub? How you doing, dude? Congratulations on your girlfriend.
Well, we said that already. When is the wedding?
I don't know if
This
he's
time,
been around
bag this
enough.
broad.
Might not have been together long enough yet to set a wedding date.
You and I were not together long enough, and you said a wedding date right away.
No, we got married a year later.
Was it a year later?
Actually, more than a year and a month later.
I guess I was deciding. But I made the right decision.
That's right. You
I
made
got
right
the best.
decision.
I got the best guy
Our
in
baby.
the world.
And our
You know,
little
I've
baby.
I've dated a lot of people in my life, and I had a few romances, but they were never right. This one is right.
All is good, you guys.
Jimmy's right.
Life is
I'm
good.
spitting up olives.
That's okay. A lot of great things going on. Pretty soon we're going to have some movie announcement stuff that we can talk about.
Oh,
Um,
Deirdre, my daughter, in the haunted house in Pennsylvania. Update. Deirdre went up to bed because the bedroom's upstairs. And as she was walking towards her bed, the closet door opened by itself. And it's a latch, latch that you push down, and the latch opened. So Deirdre, being a scientist, said possibly the boards and the floor, when you walk, things move. So she closed the door, closed the latch, began to jump up and down, began to walk back and forth, did everything she could. That door did not open. Now, she was told by the landlady that rented her the cottage that doors open and close by themselves. So Deirdre very calmly said to the spirit, she thinks they're a man and a woman. She said, "Hi, guys." She said, "I'm here. Let's be friends. And I want to go to bed now, so don't disturb me while I'm sleeping." And the other day, she said she was in the kitchen and she heard a voice. And the voice said, "We're happy you're here." So I guess they like her because she's friendly and she talks to them. I mean, she's not crazy, my daughter. She's very normal. But things happen. So I can't wait to get to Pennsylvania because I'm very psychic. If I'm in the house, I mean, my kids know it. They said, "Daddy, you're going to have everything flying around and crazy stuff."
everything flying around.
So really, so it's going to be fun. But anyway, I spoke to Deirdre about it, and she said, "Well, you do the show." She doesn't really want to be on camera anymore. I don't want to do it because how much can I do? But we will do it somehow. Somehow we will cover this because it's too good. It's too good to let go by. Now, my daughter Leslie, when she stayed there, she flew from Palm Springs to Pennsylvania to help Deirdre unpack. And Leslie said she didn't feel a thing. Nothing happened, no vibes. The only vibe that Leslie had was that it was a very happy house. It was sunny and warm and beautiful because it's a very beautiful 300-year-old cottage that the man that owned the main house died in the winter and the ground was too hard, so they couldn't dig a grave. So they dug a grave in the basement of that house and his body's down in the basement. So both my daughters went down the basement to snoop, and they said there was a great big cement slab there, but there was all kinds of stuff thrown on top of it. So I thought, that's interesting. Why did they cover that slab? So when I go, of course, I'll go down to the basement by the slab and see what we feel. The paranormal people contacted me, the Doylestown psychic, whatever, and I'm investigating them to make sure that they are legitimate and not crazy people trying to get my daughter's information. Because it was weird that they said, send us her birthday and all that information. I don't give that information out. So I have to find out if they're real. And that's what's going on in the spook world.
That's right.
My kids are not afraid because, you see, growing up at the house we had, I believe in Florida, the old man that died in that house in pajamas, we used to see occasionally. Yeah, he would run by. For some reason, he'd shuffle very
That was
quickly.
in Boca?
The house that you were in Boca,
Boca.
yeah. He would shuffle by. In my bedroom, which was the master bedroom, he would shuffle. So my kids, and then also a house, a place I rented in Bayside, Queens, when I was first married. It was like haunted, weird crap going on. And the lady that lived there was the landlady. And she said to me, do you see anything weird happening in that apartment? I said, so much. She said, I know. That's why it was a duplex, upstairs bedrooms and downstairs living room, dining room, kitchen. She said, that's why I moved here to the little apartment that she lived in, because she couldn't stand living in the big apartment with everything going on. So I don't know. Is it our imagination? Is it folktale? What is it? Or is it real?
I think it's real, though, because we've done 2 ghost hunts and we'll do some more in the future. And we saw stuff each time. And it was, besides the fact that it was just hilariously fun, we did see some stuff and it was a really good time. And so we'll get more into it.
My grandmother, my mother's mother, my maternal grandmother, was so psychic. I mean, she was, from Italy. She did the broom and olive oil in the water, all that jazz. And I was raised with learning how to pick up things, vibes. My grandmother Nornie taught me how to do it. And I don't know, I guess I inherited the gene because I've been asked by a lot of people to go to their homes, and I would sit there and psychometrize or think of what I think of. I don't even know. I go there and then shit comes into my brain and I repeat it. And then they say to me, oh my God, how did you know that? The people that built this house, blah, blah, blah. And they give me the story behind what I'm saying. So there are people, when I was with, how do you say her name?
Kadrolsha Ono Carol, the Queen of the Payroll.
Kadrolsha, I was working in sync with her. And I heard voices and stuff in the crazy house in Kings Park, Long Island. Anyway, it keeps us busy. It's fun. It's kind of exciting. I think if I really ever saw a ghost and it sat down and spoke to me, I'd drop dead. But when the day comes, I'll find out.
Actually, our engineer Juan said that he used to live in a place that people said there was a ghost in, but only kids could see it, and they would stare at the boiler laughing, saying it was a funny guy with a weird face, but only the kids could see it and the adults couldn't.
Well,
That's cool.
I had my wonderful dog, Scooby, my beautiful, big, 140-pound bull mastiff, and he was the most gentle sweetheart. And he would be in the bedroom on my bed, and he'd sit up, and he'd stare, and you'd see him move his head as though he was following somebody. And I think dogs can see.
Yeah, I think dogs do, because I think our dogs always.
Yeah, I think dogs have
stuff.
An intellect that we don't quite understand.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he said that Juan says the kids would only describe it as having a weird face, no specifics, but they could see it at daytime or nighttime. I said like Freddy Krueger, but he said no, not like Freddy Krueger.
No, I believe also that children have a sixth sense. We all
I think so too.
all have a sixth sense. But as we grow up, we're taught not to tap into the sixth sense because you're stupid or you're imagining it or you're crazy. So they dampen it. They really stop that sixth sense from working. But if you allow a child to believe in the sixth sense and teach it, put cards down, face down, and say, what is it? And if they're able to tell you what the cards are, don't discourage them and get scared. Some people bring them to church to have them exercise because they think the devil's in them. No, it's not. We don't understand. We only use a little bit of our brain. Some of us, none, but a little bit. If we used all of our brain, I think we'd unlock the mysteries of life.
I love it. So,
how many guests we have today?
We have one lady who's coming on who's a friend of ours.
Oh,
Michelle Ortiz.
yeah.
And then we have a guest coming.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she's a guest too. She's a guest also, but she'll come on and talk about an event that we're going to be going to.
What event?
The South Bay Music Awards.
So who?
The South Bay Music Awards are going to be coming up.
South Bay
Music Award.
What the hell is that going to be?
December 1st.
I got to travel?
You have to travel if you want to go, and if you don't want to go,
Where
then
is
you don't. It's at the Roxy.
Where?
At the Roxy Theater in Los Angeles.
Oh, it's L.A. I thought travel
No.
on an airplane.
Anyway, we're going to have some cool guests. She's going to come on and talk about it. We're friends with her. We actually met her many years ago at our second Academy Award party we ever went to. I'm looking forward to her coming on, and she should be coming on in a minute. In the meantime, I want to take a quick music break, you guys. Stefano has a new song, This Is Not It, because he doesn't have a music video, and I wanted you guys to have a video, but we're going to be working with him, and he's hopefully going to be coming to the award show, and we're going to be working with him on a film soon. But this is Stefano, Why I'm Here. Enjoy, and we'll be right back, everybody.
Reflection in the mirror. Try to be strong, but nothing's clear. It's been a long day, yeah, it's been a long year. Ma keeps calling, saying, listen here. Kick them doors open, your kingdom will come. Don't lose hope, son, stay full of love. So I drown my fears and I swam to change. Now watch me run through the pouring rain. This is why I'm here. This is what I'm here for. Stop doing things I don't wanna do. Guess it's cool, cause it brought me to you on this windy road. Yeah, friends come and go, but I got you here now, and you're all I know. You wake me up, you hold me down, you never leave, you are my crown. There's no question, it's crystal clear. Now I know. This is what I'm here for. This is why I'm here. Oh, this is what I'm here for. This is why I'm here. Yeah, this is what I'm here for. This is why I'm here. Yeah, this is what I'm here for. This is why I'm here. Yeah, what I'm here for. Reflection in the mirror. Try to be strong, but nothing's clear. It's been a long day. It's been a long year. Now I know. This is why I'm here.
Yay! So everybody, That's Stefano. I'm a really big fan of his because he's got such a great.
And he's really a nice person.
He's a really nice
That
person.
makes his music even better.
He's got such a great falsetto, and he was American Idol contestant. You guys, he did really well on American Idol, and we met him at an event we were invited to. He was the talent that was singing for the crowd. But he's a really nice guy. I like him a lot, and hopefully he's going to be working on a movie.
I do also.
Hopefully he's going to be working on a movie that I'm working on.
He just had a baby last year.
Yeah, he has a beautiful wife who's an actress. Very, very cool guy. He's got a great TikTok following and Instagram following, you guys. He puts up clips all the time, so he's just really cool. So that's Stefano, you guys. Follow him, look for him, support him and his music because he's really, really good.
And we have a new president. Donald Trump was elected to be the 47th president?
Yes.
47th president.
So whether you like it or not, at least all the ads go away. I'm tired of seeing all the ads on television.
And the fighting
and hopefully we can,
the name calling, all that crap.
Hopefully we can unify and everybody can try to get along. And
well, Carmela called him and she wished him well, she said congratulations. And she said to him, I hope we can work together.
Which is perfect. Terrific.
And I think that's what we need to do. We need to become one again, one America, one people, all fighting for the same thing.
Yep. So I see our guest is here.
Oh,
so let's bring her on. Let's make sure we can hear. Bring her on in, Juan.
Hi. Hello.
You're so dark today. What happened? Yesterday you weren't dark.
Am I dark?
There we go. Oh, well, make it more light with your window. I don't know what happened.
My window? Let's see. Let's see. Is that better? There we go.
That's like
better. No.
Do you have a light on above you?
Nope.
Turn it on.
Turn it on. Okay, hold on.
Hold on. My cousin is.
Let's see. Is that good? Is that better?
Maybe open the blinds so the sunlight comes in.
Okay.
Oh, he's saying you have to face the window. Our engineer's saying you have to face the window.
Hold on. Good? Better?
Better. We can see you now. Yay!
Hello. How are you, my friend?
Pronounce your last name. Ron and I were talking about it, and I'm going to see who wins.
Okay, Tabrizi-Ortiz.
Ortiz.
Oh, it is Ortiz.
All right, you guys. Now we want to welcome.
Let's
introduce her, and then
hey,
now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, Michelle Tabrizi-Ortiz. Hey, hello! It's so good to see you. We haven't seen you in such a long time.
I know, guys. How have you been? I miss seeing you guys. I watch you sometimes when I have a chance. How are you, Ron?
Good. Can't complain.
Good.
If I had a couple of $1 million, I'd be better off.
Of course.
So
of course.
I was thinking of holding up a bank. So if you want to be in, how good of a driver are you?
I'll give you the getaway. I'll drive the car.
You're a good driver? Because you could drive the getaway.
Driver.
Then you drive the getaway car. And we'll split the couple of $1 million we take from the bank.
I'll split it with you. I would do that. That sounds fun, actually. So what are you guys up to today? I got a lot of exciting news to share with you guys.
Yes, we're going to go over all of it. I've already mentioned it a little bit before, and I don't know if you. So we just had Stefano on. I'm going to invite him. He was did really well on American Idol back in the day. He's a good friend of ours, and we're going to invite him to the festival. And hi to everybody in the chat room. The chat room's starting to fill up, so just say hi to the people in the chat room. So you guys, welcome. We met Michelle at an Oscar event many years ago. She's extremely cool. She does a lot of the kinds of things that Eileen and I do, like with publicity and PR and music. We have a lady in the chat room, Lady League Music too, who's basically one of the best music promoters on the planet. And
I remember now. Now I remember Sue Wong. Sue Wong didn't like you. She didn't like.
She didn't like you or me.
You or us.
None of us. She liked none of us.
You don't like any of us.
No.
But listen, but Ron, listen. I brought you guys, and you guys brought a lot of your great clients, and we made the night. So really,
that's right. It would have been a terrible event. It was terrible, but yes, and you were so much fun, and you handled everything.
You did all the work for her. I remember.
Absolutely.
She was as nasty could be.
It was
I know.
it was a terrible, yes, that is all true. I did my job to the best of my ability and I legally got paid and I moved on and I kept you guys. How's that?
That's perfect.
And it turned out to be a beautiful event.
Yeah, you did a great job.
Oh,
It was a
thank
great
you.
event.
Thank you guys.
All the celebrities that we invited loved it. They all had a great time. You were
Aw.
fantastic with it. Even though you don't,
I remember.
and you're very good at what you do. And I don't really give praise to other people who are my competition because I don't consider you. I don't really consider you my competition. We run it.
I love you guys.
I think what
you guys
fantastic.
You guys
and,
came through for me. You guys absolutely came through for me. It was not a good situation, and you guys were the consummate professionals. You brought your clients, and it was a great event. And I have to really say, a lot of that was because of you guys.
yes,
It was the better of all the Oscar parties we've gone to.
Yeah, we go to one every year, and we really had a good time at that party.
It was very
I'm glad to hear that. Thank you.
I became very close friends with Sue, and something happened in her mind, and she blew the whole thing publicly on Facebook, and I was angry, so we're no longer friends. But I understand I'm with a lot of people who are no longer her friends. Very long list of people.
There's a long list of us. We're recycled. Hi, look at my baby. We're recycled. Yeah, Ron. She's so sweet. So don't worry. And our friends stayed with her, and that's okay, right? We learned.
No, I found moments with her where she was a very nice person.
Yeah.
And then she suddenly snap and become the other person. The weird lady. I think she's above everybody. She's the grande dame. And she's fabulous, and she's beautiful, and she's wonderful. She's nuts.
In our opinion.
In her opinion.
No, in our opinion.
I love Ginny. I love Ginny.
Like I said, there were tender moments where we had intimate conversation, and I found a lovely little girl there. But believe me, I miss her. I like Sue. I'm not angry with her anymore, but I miss her. I thought she was fun. I used to watch her and how she manipulated everybody.
And we thought that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. Well, see, here's the thing. She was actually nice to me as well.
She owned the Cedars, that magnificent mansion.
Oh, that was a beautiful home.
I watched everybody kiss her ass just to get invited to the Cedars.
Yeah,
then they got invited, and I would walk around and I'd hear them saying bad things about her.
I know. I heard it too. I lived there for 4 weeks while I did the event. And every night she'd say, go find some rockers and bring them over. And people would come, of course, for parties and say terrible things about her. And I have to honestly report, she did not mistreat me. She just wasn't great to people around her until the end. And then for some reason, just like you said, I was a bad person. So
she never mistreated Jimmy and I. She was always a lovely hostess and gracious. We stayed there. We were very close. We went to dinner. We did a lot of things together.
She even came to our house for Thanksgiving.
All the way out for Palm Springs. So we were very close. What went wrong? The Facebook. I have a very, very risque sense of humor.
I know, you tease me too. I know, I love it.
I do double entendre a lot. I did that, and she played back.
For years.
Then suddenly the people that read her column said, don't let Ron Russell speak to you that way. You're a lady.
Exactly.
And he's people. Blah, blah. So she writes on Facebook, Ron Russell is vulgar.
I don't know. A bunch of terrible things.
And two other things. Vulgar, lured or something. And I thought that was horrible because I'm her friend. And I was never vulgar. I was funny.
Yeah.
There were jokes.
You don't remember what you told me. We can't say it on air, but the first time you met me. Do you remember Jimmy? Jimmy's laughing. We can't.
I just know that the types of things he says, so it works.
No, it's not like I would kid around with you and I'd say, boy, I bet your boyfriend's happy you have that long hair. So you
Yeah,
could
but
work.
you talked about another body part comparing me to Eileen, and I lost it. I
Oh,
felt
big
almost
boob.
forgot.
He always talks
Yeah,
about big.
yeah. These. He talked about, and that's the minute I knew I loved him.
He talks about that with every female who comes on.
I know, I
You know
know.
what? You know what? I did stand up for 44 years, and I've never ever been insulted or thrown off the stage. People loved what I did. They laughed. They found truth in my crazy humor, and my humor is crazy. I
I
say the
love it.
things that people think and don't dare, like on this show.
Mhm.
On this show, I say things that people want me to ask you. Like they're going to say, why don't you cut your hair? Why don't you cut your hair?
Because she loves
Why
Because you
don't
love
I?
hair. And it
You
I
looks
love
love
it.
long hair. Yeah,
and it
I
looks
love long hair. Yeah,
so I mean, that was
I
just an
love it.
example, poor example.
No, I love it. It's fine. No,
Are you,
you're
are you a,
real. You're real.
you a lesbian? That would be the question.
I'm
Those are the
not.
questions. I mean, we have young, handsome guys on here, and I say, you think you're a big shot, right? Because you're good looking, you're tall, you're thin, you got the body of death. I bet you got a little dick. And they turn around and they say, no, I have
Yeah.
a big. They really defend it, and it's the chat room loves it. It's hilarious.
No,
So
I know.
Just
I
trying to
love
have.
you guys. I think you
It's
guys are
hilarious.
awesome, personally. Yeah, and I'm
I learned
you're
a long
cool.
time ago, shocking people. If you shock people, they laugh out of nerves. And people
Yeah,
will
you're right.
shock. Yeah, they'll
So
still.
here's what I want to do. First, tell everybody what you do.
Yeah.
Before we talk about the event, just give everybody an idea of what you do. That way,
Okay, so basically, I'm talent coordinator. I add talent. I know a lot of rock and rollers, a lot of their kids, and a lot of people that have clients like yourselves, and they ask me to add talent to big events. So that's what I do as a side thing. It's not my main thing. I'm a professor, actually, an English professor. But I
really,
was in the
she's her
yeah,
everyday. She's an English professor. I didn't know
yeah,
that. Wow.
yeah.
So
Yeah, but I
smart.
was in
You got
I'm
it all.
smart, but I was in the business years ago as a makeup artist for 20 some years. And I did makeup, in Hollywood at the time when the bands were wearing makeup. So I saw all those guys coming up and I hung out at the Rainbow because that's what makeup artists did, looking for a rock star, that whole thing. And I knew the Magliaries really well from the Rainbow. So now I do, help them with events with the whiskey and the Viper. So I do that as a passion project. I love music, as you guys remember. And I love connecting people. So I got hired on to do this event, the 21st South Bay Music Awards, and they hired me on to add talent. So I, of course, called Jimmy and I said, "Hey, who do you got? Who do you got? Let's do a red carpet. I'd love to see you guys. Come on out." And that's how I'm here today. So am I
love
going
it.
to talk about you?
Excited.
Okay.
So you guys, let me tell you what it's the 21st South Bay Music Awards, and the website, which Juan will throw up there, is South Bay Music Awards LLC.com. It's taking place on Sunday, December 1st. It's bringing the beach to the Sunset Strip, Sunday, December 1st, at the Roxy Theater on Sunset Boulevard in LA. And so tell us a little bit about the event.
So basically, the creator and founder Ken Andrews, Andrews. He is honoring Jack Russell from Great White. He was a friend of his, and he passed away unfortunately over the summer. And he wants to honor him. So we're getting the original band members to come and perform some of his songs. That'll be a really big highlight. Then we've got band members coming from Quiet Riot, Rainbow. We're working on Sublime right now and some of the side band that Sublime does. We've got Derek Day from you guys. You guys know him. We've got Sarzo. Rudy Sarzo's coming. We've
Rudy.
got yeah. He's coming. We've been adding people as it goes, but the celebrities that Jimmy and I can't get over is Jimmy McNichol. Jimmy and I know. We've been talking about him for a month now, probably, because we're so excited because he was part of our childhood, right?
That's right.
So we have
Jimmy McNichol had a variety show. He's Christy McNichol's brother, who was the love of my life, always growing up. I had pictures of her in my locker. He had a variety show with her. He did all kinds of TV shows. He was a singer.
And you never knew she was gay.
I didn't know she was gay, but then I didn't know I was gay either back then.
Oh, so you made a good couple.
So we made a perfect couple. And I actually had my best friend growing up look just like Christy McNichol, and she was a tomboy.
You told me this.
And I found out later in life, which I haven't talked to her in 30 or 40 years, but I looked her up online just to see, and she's a women's female basketball coach.
I mean, yeah, exactly. How you gonna get around?
Was just one of my, he was in Teen Beat and Pop Star and all those magazines.
Yes.
It was just a big deal for me. He's a really big deal for me. I'm super excited to get to meet him. He's going to be there on the red carpet along with
the Roxy standing room only, right?
We have a VIP section for you guys, but yes, there is going to be standing room. They're gonna add some seating because we're gonna watch bands perform. There's going to be some new up and coming bands, and there's going to be, of course, some of the veterans. There's going to be a lot of veterans there, actually.
I can't wait for that.
Standing room only.
Yeah, there's a VIP room for people like us, so you'll be able to sit. You'll be able to sit.
Knees.
I will make sure you're sitting.
Yeah, my knees are gone. Do you believe it? Everything is perfect. My knees go. So it's difficult. I walk well, but the pain is not to be believed.
Yeah,
bone on bone grinding.
My mom had that. Yep.
I'm 84. Probably older than your mother.
Had both of them replaced. Yeah, at one time she was strong.
Who?
That lady, my mother.
Mother.
How is she doing with them?
Well, she's since passed, but she was fine. She got in there, had both of them done, had her physical therapy. She was in there about maybe 2 weeks, came home. They did physical therapy at home, and she worked it with them because it's painful. It's very painful. And she complained and cried, but she did it, and she was up walking, no problem, probably within a month.
I'm having my third one on the same knee done January 16th. So
what happened, Jimmy? Why 3 times?
The first one they put in crooked. The second one, there was too much scar tissue and it's too big. So I just got jerked around big time. So I'm doing the third one on January 16th. I'm not looking forward to it, but I want to be able to walk normal.
But that's why I'm reluctant on doing them.
It's because of me.
Because of him.
So wait, let's go back, you guys. So the South Bay Music Awards, first of all, South Bay Music Awards LLC.com. Tickets start at $55, which also includes admission to an after party. Pamela DeBar is going to be there. Now, is she Michael DeBar's ex-wife or something, or who is she?
Yes, she's Michael DeBar's ex-wife, and then she's been with anybody in the rock and roll industry. We're talking everybody. She will everybody.
She knows everybody. I know. Was she like a groupie? Because one of these people I read is like most famous groupie like in the world.
She's the most famous groupie in the world. She will tell you that. She's written many books. She goes out and speaks on being a groupie. She was the one that started that whole term. She's a very interesting, beautiful woman. She'll talk about Led Zeppelin. She'll talk about Rolling Stone. Anybody she's had some type of interaction with. So she is rock and roll like royalty. She's going to be there. And then Christine Peters, the producer for How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days and Batman. She has a new project coming out. She was married to John Peters. She's a riot. We love her.
One of the biggest producers in Hollywood. She's done the huge music, huge movies. Bonfire of the Vanities, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, Girls in the Mist, The Out-of-Towners. She's working all the time. She's beautiful too. I can't wait to meet her.
Gorgeous. She was a model for many years. Yes.
Ty Trujillo. That's
Ty Trujillo.
He's somebody.
Yes. I'm hoping to get him. There's a wedding in the Metallica family, so we're stuck. Fingers crossed. But he is the son of Robert Trujillo, the bassist for Metallica.
That's what I thought. He's a phenom.
Yeah.
He's a phenom. I went on YouTube after I saw he was coming. A phenom. He's a guitar phenom. He's like a 20-year-old
what
genius.
Is it called? A phenom?
Yeah, a phenom.
Do you know Ron? He was playing with Korn, the heavy metal band Korn, when he was 12 years old. He was touring with them at 12 years old. He is phenomenal. If you ever have a chance, put your earplugs in and go watch him. He is fantastic and a great kid to boot.
And then we have Joey House. Joey House is an actress, I think, right?
Yep, she's an actress. I have to bring her on for you guys. She's super interesting. She was a runway model, actress, and then she was Eddie Van Halen's fiance for about 7 years. So she's got a lot of stories about that.
So there's going to be, these are just the people they're actually they're advertising that are going to be there now. You guys, there's going to be a lot more. I'm working on a guest list of actors,
Yes.
famous actors to come to the event, which is going to be a lot of fun. And then they're going to have performances by a lot of great people. Which actually Eileen has interviewed Quiet Riot. She's interviewed a bunch of these people actually.
Tell her to come on out. She's welcome.
Derek Day, you guys, is part of the what do you call the Scott Page experience, the Pink Floyd experience thing? What it's called? Think X. Part of Think X, you guys, which Ron and I have been to tons of concerts by them. He's super
really
talented. We had him on the show. Derek Day was on the show. He's a super phenomenal guitar player and singer, and he's really, really good. So it'll be kind of like seeing people from the past. And I wrote on here. So who else is performing?
Oh gosh, we've got Hey Duke, You Suck.
Jesse Snyder. Jesse Snyder will be there. He's been on our show a bunch of times.
Yes. Jesse Snyder, I know who he is. He's Dee Snyder's son.
Yes. Dee Snyder's son. And we had him on the show back in the day when they had that TV show about rock stars and their kids. Like all the kids of the rock stars performed in some reality show. And we had him back because he's a comic book illustrator for Marvel. And all these people. So
yes. He's gonna. We had to really do we had to talk him into it, but we've got a confirmation he's going to be there. He's a riot too. I have not seen him perform, but I hear that he's a great performer, like his dad probably.
Absolutely.
And then we're talking.
You guys, Twisted Sister.
Yeah, Twisted Sister. Yep.
In case people listening don't know, to know who they are, in case somebody doesn't know who somebody is.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We're trying to talk Sublime into coming out. Their son, the lead singer, unfortunately passed many years ago. His son now sings for them. So we went out. Oh my gosh, I got a story for you guys. We went out to the Halloween party at the bassist's house of Sublime to talk business. You'll never believe what happened. We got picked up by an Uber to go to his house. Now listen to what I'm going to tell you guys because you'll never believe this, right? So we get picked up by the Uber because his house is up in the hills in San Diego, right? And he wants us all to park in a park and ride. So I have the booker from the whiskey with me. He's in the car. Okay. And then of course, my friend, she's a rock and roll publicist. She's in the front seat. The guy picks us up. He starts driving out. It's 9:00 at night, 41 degrees. He drives us out into the hills and he keeps going and he's on a dirt road. And the publicist, Olivia, is in the front seat and she's saying, hey, this is the right way. He's ignoring us and he keeps driving. He won't stop. And he's going up, he's going down, he's going around, he's going up, he's going down. And now we see nothing but black. And he gets his car stuck. Okay. That's what this is like Halloween night, and we could have made a movie. You guys could have come out and shot a movie. So all of us are sitting in the car, and then he looks over at us and he goes, let me drive my car. And he's yelling at us, right? And so she's in the front, I'm sitting in the back. There's a gal between us, and there's the booker for the whiskey, and he's like about 37-year-old man. He's in a banana costume, complete banana. Banana. He's drinking kava, which is a root drink from Hawaii that gets you a little and he looks over and he goes, uh-oh, like that. And I thought, uh-oh, it's pitch black. We're up on an embankment. We look down to the side of it and you can't see down, right? So I start to panic and he says, the booker, Banana says, we'll get out of the car to help you get your car unstuck. So he's, we all jump out, we're sinking down. We're all in costumes. I'm in these combat boots. We're all sinking in this like silt, sandy stuff, right? So we get out and he's advising him to get his car out. He's spinning. And all of a sudden he gets it out. So then we start to walk up. He guns it and leaves us in the middle of nowhere.
No way.
True story.
In the dark on the top of a mountain?
Blackout. 42 degrees in the middle of these Bonzel Fallbrook area in San Diego.
Yeah.
No, seriously. And I'm like, you then pray. You don't whoever you believe in. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not going to see my family. This is crazy. The journalist was from Chicago, so she's screaming. We're running after his car like a horror movie, right? And all of a sudden he skids off, and it's black. And we have our phones, and we're like, we're in a bad situation, right? So this true story, as I'm praying, this car pulls up and dumps these 2 kids off. And he starts to turn around, and the kids go, we're going to Sublime's party. And we go, no, stop the guy, right? There's nobody here. It's the wrong way. So we stopped this guy, the nicest guy ever. He stops, he goes, what's going on? And we told him, there's nothing here. And, we got stranded. So he says, everybody get in my van. He gets stranded twice trying to get out of this area that he's in with all of us in the car. He's on an embankment. We're looking down the side. We're all freaking out because we don't know what's going to happen next. He finally, twice, he gets his car unstuck, and we drive when we get to the party, and we finally get there, and they drop us off at the bottom of the hill, and we walk up a hill about this tall to get to this party. Then we got to go down to the house, all for business, all just to talk to them about this event. But in the end, it was worth it. But I've never been scared in all my life like I was that night. And he charged for the ride. He charged my friend's card.
You got charged for the ride. The Uber guy charged her for the ride, even though he dumped her.
And asked for a tip. Yes.
You gave him a tip of his shoe up his ass.
Yeah. Oh. So that was my Halloween night. But the party was great. We were able to see people and talk to people. So we're hoping to secure them to come and play and perform.
Why didn't you question him the minute he got off the pavement and went on a dirt road?
We did.
Wait, I would have said, turn it around, put it back on the cement.
He would not. It was bizarre. Something was wrong with the gentleman. He would not interact with us. He didn't answer us. And then I finally,
maybe he didn't understand English.
He was an American guy. And she said, stop the car.
Did you report him?
I would have reported him probably.
Oh, I reported him, and Olivia's found a lawyer. Because,
I don't have an Uber account. I don't have an Uber account. I'm in trouble. I don't know how to do it.
What if he does that to some girl by herself? She'll kill herself.
Exactly. That's exactly what we were saying.
Oh, I would have reported him. You have to be a citizen.
So I want to just mention one more time, and then we can go into a different conversation.
Wow, that was an interesting story.
So Michelle's on here because we're going to the 21st South Bay Music Awards, bringing the Beach Sunset Strip. It's on Sunday, December 1st, 6 to 11 at the Roxy Theater on Sunset Boulevard. And you can go to South Bay Music Awards LLC.com, which is on the screen. But for people who listen to the show, it's South Bay Music Awards LLC.com. Get your tickets. You can meet Ron and I. You can meet a whole bunch of other cool famous rock stars who are going to be there. It's going to be a great show. It's co-hosted by Marcy Weiser, who, because I don't listen to a lot of rock radio, I don't know who that is.
Marcy Weiser?
Weiser, no.
Oh, of course, she's an old friend of mine, Marcy.
No, Marcy Weiser from KLOS and K-Rock.
Okay, and K-Rock, and then co-host Bill Kurd. It's going to be a lot of fun, you guys. There'll be a lot more announcements coming. Everybody should go. Yes. So tell us
excuse me, you never heard the name Marcy Weiser?
Why? It does sound familiar after you said it that way.
She's one of the most famous old ladies in town. She knows everybody and their mother. She would be to every Cary Grant's house, this one's house, that one's house. And I think now she's about 97 now, I think, something like that. Marcy Weiser.
Does she come out?
Oh, he doesn't know.
Probably
not at 98.
Well, you know, when I saw her, you were with her at the table with Janae when we went to Oscars to see the drag.
Oh, okay. I know who she is.
Marcy Weiser. Very famous woman, Beverly Hills chick.
She's like a publicist, actually.
Huh?
She was either a publicist or a writer or something for all the Hollywood rags.
A writer.
Back in the day, big time.
And she's a publicist. And this is a woman that just is a book of knowledge.
So we want everybody to support this, though, you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's featuring a whole bunch of great famous musicians, and it's a tribute to late Jack Russell. So it should be a lot of fun. So tell us in general, because we'll do it again before we let you
Any
go.
more stories like the other one?
Tell us some rock and
good
roll.
stories. You tell a good story.
Who were some of the cool rockers you used to hang out with back in the day when you were doing?
You guys are gonna laugh. You guys are gonna lose it when I tell you. My favorite person, and I'm gonna get a lot of slack, so I'm gonna have to exit soon, was Ron Jeremy. He was my favorite person. So
Jeremy.
Ron Jeremy.
Oh,
I met Ron Jeremy. He was cool as shit when I met him. I met him at a
I
movie.
loved him. Him and Sam Kinison. Remember Sam Kinison?
Comedian, yes.
Yes, they were good friends. We all hung out at the Rainbow with all the rockers that came and went, right? And we would sit and talk, and we would eat and see all the craziness, because back in the day, Motley Crue and Guns N' Roses didn't get along. So Tommy Lee would fight sometimes. So Big Mario was the original owner of the Rainbow, right? Back east, New Yorker. And he would tell Tommy, he'd say, no fighting. Do you hear me? No fighting, guys. My restaurant, have some respect. And sure as hell, Guns N' Roses, they were new at that time. And I remember when I was asking, who was this band? They said, Guns N' Roses. And I said, that's a terrible name. What is he? And Slash with the big hat on, and I, who the hell is that? You know what I mean? And, all these years later, I still laugh about that. But anybody ever, they came through there. And the way I met Sam Kinison, I looked just like his girlfriend. She was Middle Eastern like me. And I'm walking, and I have a drink, and I'm walking, and here comes Sam Kinison. He puts his arm around me. He goes, come on, babe, I need you to meet somebody. So I thought he was joking because he's a comedian, right? Famous comedian. And so I'm walking along, and he goes, hey, so-and-so, this is my girlfriend. And he goes to introduce Malika, and he goes, what? And he screams, right? Throws his drink up, and he goes, oh my God, don't move. I got to go grab Malika. So Malika comes, and we look at each other. It was, wow, we were looking just the same, So then we became fast friends. He invited me to all his events and his house parties. He was up in mansions. And I got a good one for you, Ron. So I'm at a party with these two guys, and there was, Guns. I think, who was there? Motley Crue came. I know they were there. Motley Crue was there.
He's at a party with Sam Kinison and Ron Jeremy.
Mm-hmm. And a bunch of rockers came in. Some of the guys from Poison, some of the guys from Warrant were there. I walk in with my friends, and I, there's a table with Coke, just like this. Look like sugar spilled all over the table. So Sam Kinison's in the kitchen, and this was during like the Bush administration, and he's mad. He said, I don't know why President Bush won't let me go talk to the troops. I'm not a drug addict. I don't know why he said no, as everyone's doing drugs at this big party of his, right? So I kind of laughed it off. So I have to use the restroom, and you guys know I'm kind of nosy, right? So I go into the restroom, and it's this big monstrosity of a bathroom, right? With all this stuff everywhere. So I get done going to the bathroom, and I'm looking through the drawers, right? And I'm looking to see what these people, this Coldwater Canyon big mansion, what they have in their drawers. So I get confused of which there's two doors, right? So I walk out the other side, and I walk into a room, and there's this big, huge, naked man sitting on the bed with all these women around, naked women. And I walk in, and he goes, oh, hey. And I go, hey. And they go, come on. And I go, like that. And he goes, get the blank out of my damn room.
Is that Ron Jeremy?
No, he was downstairs. I had to go tell him what happened. It was the guy that owned it. He was some old timer, Yes. So he goes, get up, and he's cussing at me, right? And I'm like, I'm running away, right? So I go downstairs. I said, where were you? I said, I was in the bathroom. Well, you were gone a long time. I said, well, I was looking inside the cupboards. And then I walked into the wrong room, and I'm telling everybody's dying laughing. That's the owner. He had all these, like, probably 6 women naked all around him, and he's this big, huge guy, this old guy, big, huge guy. And I'm thinking, how the heck is he going to service all 6 of these women, right? So that was funny. And then after it was over, we wanted to sneak out because everyone's getting kind of loaded, and they had Dobermans all over the property, Doberman dogs, right? And we're trying to leave without letting everyone know we're leaving because everyone's getting, messed up, right? And so we're going, come here, puppy, puppy, puppy. As we're walking outside to the Dobermans, we're going, puppy, puppy, puppy. And
so
we're trying to
who are some of your favorite? Like I've met a bunch of the rockers, but I probably have not.
My favorite, absolute hands down, Robert
Oh.
Trujillo from Metallica.
Oh wow.
Who?
Robert
Trujillo from
I have
Metallica.
no
Metallica.
idea who you're speaking of. Not one name do I know. Isn't that amazing? The
You know
only-
Motley
no.
Crue. You've heard of Guns N' Roses,
but
Motley
I've
Crue.
never met anyone.
Yeah, you never met him, so
The only one I ever met was Mama Cass Elliott. She had a place. She had a place up on Laurel Canyon, and a
When
friend of
you were
mine.
living up there.
Huh?
You
Where
live
you
there
living?
over there. You live in Beverly Hills, right?
I lived in Laurel Canyon for a while, but not when Mama Cass was there. I lived in Beverly Hills when Mama Cass was there. And we went up to the party, and she was lovely, you know, very polite, very sweet, but loaded beyond belief. I mean, how that woman didn't drop dead at the party. And they were doing lines of coke that went from here to Chicago. I mean, they were snort their noses. They didn't have noses left. I mean, it was
I don't know
terrible.
if any of them did. Me too. But
They-
hands down.
I don't do drugs. And my
Yeah,
friend
me
kept
neither.
was Lorraine, my future sister-in-law, that junkie. Come on, Ron, try it. I said, no thanks. So they all kind of like looked at me and started laughing, and I left.
Yeah, no,
But
I wasn't into it
it's
either.
amusing that I didn't do drugs. Meanwhile, half of them are dead. I'm here.
you know, I used to live.
Who laughs last?
I used to live in Florida, and I went to the Dance Star USA Awards and walked the red carpet, and so I walked the carpet with Tommy Lee, Carmen Electra, and Dave Navarro,
Dave Navarro.
and Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys, and then we went to. I got into the after party because I became friendly with them.
But I am proud to say that I have been in Johnny Manthus's company 3 times and sat with him and chatted. He's a lovely, lovely man.
Does she know who Johnny
Johnny
Mathis is?
I do. My dad is 85 and loves him. That's one of my dad's favorite guys to see perform.
I'm 84 and I love him. And he was the most charming, shy, wonderful man. And you hear it in his.
He's not American though, right? He's from Europe.
No, Johnny Mathis from the South. He's a black guy from the South.
Right.
No,
he was. Okay. I don't know why I thought he was London, from London or something like that. I don't know why.
He was nice.
Do you still go to like a live concert? Like I've gotten old. Like I don't really go to too many.
Yes, I do. I just saw. So I saw Rob Trujillo perform in his side band, Infectious Grooves, and it was the drummer from the Rage Against Machine and his Suicidal Tendency singer. I see all the kids perform all the time. I love watching them. So I've seen, Scott Weiland's son perform. Noah, he's lived in my house on and off. And then Ty performs. And then right now, Chester Bennington from Lincoln Park. Thank you. He's going to start performing. So I can't wait to watch Draven perform. Grace McKagan, Duff McKagan from Guns N' Roses. She goes out and performs. So I like to see the kids, the next generation.
What do you think about that Lincoln Park got the new female singer? You didn't like
Not a fan. Not a fan.
You think they should have just stayed because they were kind of retired?
That's a group.
Yeah.
I thought it was a neighborhood.
Nobody could sing like Chester Bennington. Nobody.
Okay.
He has a unique voice, right? So I just think they should have let it go, but I'm not an expert on that. I did not like that at all.
I think it's kind of like in the movie industry, we always talk about like remakes. Like I can't stand, one movie being remade 50 times. And music to me is kind of like the same. Like I like to leave things the way they are.
I was driving the other day and I heard some asshole that thinks he could sing doing Crystal Blue Persuasion. Well, I almost stopped the car to kill myself.
I know. I hear you.
It was so removed from. I mean, Crystal Blue Persuasion is one of my favorite songs, and the arrangement is fabulous. We had him on our show, and I couldn't stop raving. He was on.
Did you really?
Raving.
Yeah, we have had a lot of.
I couldn't stop raving about him and his song, and this whoever it was that was singing this. I have no idea.
But he doesn't
leave it alone. It's a classic.
Yeah,
so
I hear you.
So go do something.
I grew up to the original Batman. Okay, I'm talking Adam West and right. We all grew up to that. What was it? Channel 2, I think, was CBS. I believe it was.
He's not nice.
So when they started making the new one, I'm like, it's not Batman. It's not Batman. It just, I don't like the remakes because I think it's sentimental when you've first seen something, right? Your senses, you catch it all in, you bring it all into your mind, you're hearing things, and then all of a sudden it goes off into another dimension, right? Just like you're talking about Crystal's, Grace, what is it, Crystal
No,
Blue?
listen, an original of anything is precious. It's classic.
Yes.
Even if it's bad, an original like Killer Tomatoes, I love the movie, or Killer Clowns from Outer Space. All those terrible movies, don't try to make them over because they don't work.
Right.
I
agree. But
so
who are we? We're just critics that nobody cares about.
Now, on the show, though, because we've had members of Chicago, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Kool in the Gang.
Oh, yeah.
We're very good friends with Joey Belladonna from Anthrax.
Yeah, he's a
yes.
Really, really good
and
friends
his wife
with him
is a
and his
doll.
wife. They've been on a bunch of times, and we've been traveled in New York and gone to shows with them and hung out and gone to eat.
Lovely couple.
I used to be really good friends with Bobby Blotzer from Rat. So he's been on. We've had
go ahead.
I have to think. Puddle of Mud's been on. I mean, I can't think back in the day because I used to focus on a lot of rock people. Now I'm older. We don't get as many of them. But we have had over time we've had like all the big rock stars.
Chicago. We had
Chicago. We had some really big fun people. And it's not, we just don't meet as many of them as we don't go to as many places where they, go for us to have them on, but we love having them on because I'm a big fan of all kinds of music.
And we had a couple of black groups on that were terrific.
I said Kool in the Gang.
No, another one.
We had Kool in the Gang, and we had
one my favorite. I forgot who they were. One of my favorite guys.
We had Philip Bailey, Earth, Wind, and Fire. We had Earth, Wind, and Fire. We had Dionne Warwick. We had Dionne Warwick.
You did? She's a god.
Mine.
We had Mary Wilson.
Yeah. Dionne Warwick was so loaded on coke, she was flying all over the place.
Oh, that's sad to hear that. Yeah, she's talented. She's an actress too.
I don't know one rocker that doesn't do drugs.
You know what? That is what's taking them all out. Look how many we've lost, and look how we're losing them. That lifestyle.
I want to ask a question. Eileen Shapiro only wants to fuck Adamant.
She knows him.
Billy Idol.
She follows Adamant all over. If he's in America, she goes to England to be with him. And I said, he has no dick. She said, oh, yes, he does. I said, how do you know? She said, I see it. I said, how do you see it? She said, I see you looking at it. So I got all of this. I love it. I got it all out of her. So she's got to think Adamant. She wrote a book about Adamant.
I read it. She sent it to me. She sent the manuscript. I thought it was good.
She's a character.
She's such a character. Oh my God. Someone stepped on her dress on the red carpet at the Sue Wong. I thought she was going to punch them. It was hilarious. She's grabbing her dress because they had like that train and she's, giving them all kinds of heck with the New York accent. Oh my God. I lost it. I had to keep my head down because it was hilarious. But she likes Billy Idol too, because I knew Billy Idol from back in the day.
Adamant is the one she checks out and follows because I tease her about. I tease her all the time. I said, what do you like him? He's a little skinny thing. He's old. He's nothing. She's always
He's old now? He's old. Oh my gosh. He's old.
Right? She's
interviewed a lot of rockers.
She does it all day long, all the time. It's funny because she'll call me and the rockers, she knows who everybody is, but the actors she doesn't. So she'll call me. She'll call me and say, oh, they want me to interview Steve Carell. Is it worth me doing or something? Like, okay, yeah, it makes like $20 million a movie. Yeah, it's good.
Good idea, Eileen. Good idea. Yeah, call her. Tell her to come on out. Love to see her. She can walk it. We're gonna have some. How I knew that about her because when the rock stars came on the red carpet, she knew who they were. But then all the actors were walking down. She goes, "Who's that? Do you know who that one is?" So you're very correct on that. I remember her saying
I was best friends with Jane Russell. I mean, like brothers and sisters.
I love Jane Russell. Mm-hmm.
And I talk about her quite a lot in general. And she had no idea who Jane Russell was. I said, Eileen, you got to be kidding. You know Marilyn Monroe? She said, oh, yeah.
Yes.
Well, how could you not know Jane Russell? They made a movie together. She said, I never saw it. I don't watch movies. I don't watch television. So I said, what are you lay in bed smoking all day?
Bonbons?
I thought,
Eating bonbons?
she's vaping. I said, you're going to turn to cottage cheese.
She's vaping. Still tell her not to vape. It's not good.
I tell
2024.
I tell her all the time. She don't listen.
Oh,
She
I'm sorry.
always got that thing in her mouth. So I told her one time, I said, why don't you put something else in your mouth? At least it'll be beneficial for the person. She said, I do that. She said, I do that too.
Okay.
Did she tell you that? She's single. She's
You
single.
always get an answer from her. She's a wisecracker.
Yeah, you guys went back and forth about my boobs. It was hilarious. When you first met me, you told me you have bigger ones than Eileen, and Eileen was like standing behind me, and you guys went back and forth for a couple of minutes. It was funny. I'm trying to get people seated, and you were laughing hysterically. Yeah, it was a good event we did. So you guys need to be part of these things.
Eileen's a good egg. She's a good person.
I'll talk to you later. I have a couple ideas of some other people we could invite.
Okay, sounds good.
So you guys listen up. We want
for your benefit, not benefit, show the
for your show. Yes.
Are you really looking for people, performers?
No.
A very good friend of ours is in town from Africa. Angie B. Angie.
No, it's a rock show. It's a rock show. Yeah, it's a rock show.
Yeah, it's a rock show. Yeah.
She's not in town.
Yeah,
she already left.
But any of your people that been in film or television, we're looking for them to walk the red carpet. We still have some opening.
I will have some great people for you for that.
All right. We talked about a couple yesterday. You go ahead and extend to them.
On the list,
okay.
I thought some
all right.
We've been here. So you guys listen. Get your tickets. Go to SouthBayMusicAwardsLLC.com. If you want to be friendly with Michelle, you can follow her on Instagram. Her Instagram is Tabrizi-Ortiz, so it's at TABRIZIORTIZ. I'm sure she's posting stuff about the event there also. It's the 21st South Bay Music Awards, bringing the beach to the Sunset Strip. Again, it's on Sunday, December 1st from 6 to 11. And it's at the Roxy Theater, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and you'll see us there. So please join the fun, and let's have a good time.
Now, how do people get to go to the after party?
It's part of the tickets.
How much is the after party?
$55.
Yeah.
So 55 gives you the show and the after party.
Yes.
That's a good deal. You get
a great deal. That's what we're trying to say. It's a great deal. We might have 2 after parties. We might have 2. So we'll just I'll keep you guys in the know. Yeah.
Well, you're stupid if you don't buy that ticket.
Absolutely. If you guys love rock stars, this is the place to go because they're going to be all over the place. And Michelle, I'm so happy.
And Jimmy and me.
I'm so happy that we had you on the show. It's just fun to shoot the shit with you.
Yeah, it is. Thank you guys.
I love your story, Dirt Road.
Remember that story. I got so many stories.
One day I'm going to take you for a ride in my little car. I have a 04 Audi TT Roadster convertible. And I'm going
It's beautiful. I've seen it. I've seen it on your post before. Let's go. Let's go.
I'll bring you up the dirt roads and leave you there.
All right.
No, you won't. All right.
So
love you guys. You guys soon.
Not until tomorrow, but I'll talk to you tomorrow. And everybody, just
Michelle,
thank you. Bye.
Thank you,
hey guys, we're gonna take a quick music break. We're gonna play BNGB since we talked about her just now. Her song, "It's You." It just came out. And then when we get done with this song, then we will be talking to the fabulous Gina Zollman. So here it is, everybody. "It's You" by BNGB. Enjoy. Baby, it's you, BNGB, you guys. She was our guest last week. She also has the fabulous song Love, which was our wedding song. She's one of the most amazing singers ever, and we love her to death. And so that's a little tribute to her to help promote her song, since a lot of people listen to our show. And now we're going to bring on our next guest. Let's bring on Gina. Hey, Gina.
Hi there, Ron and Jimmy.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Girl named Gina. I'm singing the song Gina. Do you know that song, Gina? Gina,
No.
Gina. I just met a girl named Gina.
I thought that was Maria.
No, that Maria's another one.
Anyway, all right, everybody. Now that I know you can hear you, hello, everybody. Welcome to we want to welcome singer-songwriter Gina Zollman to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Hello, we're great to have you. This is our dog Astro, and this is my co-host Ron Russell, and we have a chat room full of people. So say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hi, people in the chat room.
There you go. I love it. Which is so much fun because you've never been on our show, so people are getting exposed to you for the first time, and you're actually at this time of the year, you're actually in Palm Springs, and we live in Palm Springs, so it's fabulous.
Yeah, I love it here.
And isn't our weather nice?
Did you
It goes from like 120 down to 76 in 3 weeks.
I know. I like the 76. I don't like the 120.
Not me neither.
No.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say that we have the third worst air. Our air is soaked with sand. We're full of sand. Don't breathe.
Okay.
Don't breathe. Breathe through your ears.
I love it. So you guys, first of all, Gina's got a whole bunch of stuff going on, and she's in Palm Springs. And one of the reasons why I wanted to bring her on is to introduce her to everybody. And also because if you're in Palm Springs or near the area, she's got a bunch of shows coming up, especially a really big show that's going to be coming up on November 24th that we're going to talk about in a little bit. But before we do that, you can check Gina out at ginazollman.com. If you want to follow her on Instagram, it's GIANNINAZ26, which I don't know how that even came together, but and we met her because Eileen and I are working with her, and she's released a fabulous album, and now she's got a great new single called Where I Begin. So tell us a little bit about how you got going in this whole music thing, because I know that you were a singer when you were young, and then you became basically a corporate mogul, and you weren't really doing so much singing, and now you're singing again. Tell us a little bit about your journey, corporate businesswoman.
I've always been a writer and written my own songs, even from a young age. At age 7, I was songwriting. But when I got to college, I didn't want to major in theater or music because I didn't think I was going to do that full time. I thought it would be a hobby. So I majored in linguistics because I liked languages, and I thought that would be good for me in business. And then I graduated, and I was trained on Wall Street and got married to my college sweetheart. We were both DJs at the radio station. And
I didn't know that part.
Yeah, I had a jazz show at KSDT at UC San Diego. And that was a lot of fun. And then I became a stockbroker, and it actually has a lot of showbiz in it, sales. And
yes.
You're selling your personality, you're selling an intangible, hope or planning for the future. So you have to be a good actress to sell. So I did very well at it, but as soon as I learned everything about it, because I'm a learning machine, I grew bored with it, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. So my dad offered me a job in LA working for his companies. I was the chief operating officer and vice president of marketing for Flame Guard, which is, and this is a short explanation, a company about kitchen safety. The filters, kitchen safety, commercial kitchen safety, where the filters that go above the frying area actually harvest the oil and you can wash it.
And you like doing this?
No, I wanted to put needles in my eyes. It was horrible. I'm just saying I was doing a good thing. It helped people save from.
Oh, and you were making money, and you made money.
How boring. When you're a singer and entertainer.
It was awful. I quit because I couldn't take it anymore. Even though I had gone on many trips for restaurant shows, and there was a little bit of show business at the restaurant shows, but not a lot. So I quit that, and I took a class at UCLA Extension called How to Put on Your Own Cabaret Act with Shelley Markham. And a couple of really big cabaret stars came that were friends of Shelley's, Andrea Marcovici, Jonah Allen, and a couple of others that inspired me. And a year and a half later, I put on my own one-woman show. I was heavy at the time. I've had weight issues all my life, and I weighed 245 pounds. And a week before the show, I had a stroke.
Oh.
And that was the beginning of my health problems that I was trying to conquer. But as you know, sometimes you go the wrong way in. I had to find the right way into how to overcome my health problems, because diet and exercise didn't work for me. I lost the weight and then put it all back on. So I got the gastric bypass, and that did work for me.
Good for you.
Did you know a singer by the name of Beryl Davis?
Oh, I've heard of her. As a matter of fact, I found an entire catalog of her music once.
Because she was my very best friend for years, a dear friend of mine, and she was in Palm Springs. And Beryl had a cabaret act, and Beryl was, I think, 84 or 85, and she had her own band, swing band, and she traveled all over at 85, singing with her band.
You met Beryl Davis through
Jane Russell's good
So he
friend.
was very good friends with the movie star Jane Russell. And Beryl Davis. That's how he met her.
That was part of my crowd. And the point I was making is, thank God today I'm 84 and I'm still making movies. So it's no longer where you're put out to pasture at 50.
Right.
So having a wonderful career, 50 plus, which I'm assuming, what are you, 45? 50?
I will be 70 in July.
God
Good
bless
for you. God bless you.
And you have a career and a good
I have
career.
a solid career.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter. Age is no longer a factor. Talent is talent.
This is me really up close. I'm aging well.
You look great.
No, you did great.
You got Botox and Restylane and all that shit.
Excuse me?
Are you all shot up? Botox?
No, I actually exercise and take care of myself. I don't drink alcohol. I don't get the sun. So I managed to preserve my skin that way.
Good for you. That's terrific.
That's why I don't look 84, because I don't drink and I never did drugs. So
Well, you look great.
Thank you. And I eat well.
I
That's
eat well too.
important. Eating well is so important. All right, now let me hear your voice. I want to hear you sing.
Oh, you want to play the video?
Yeah, I want to hear if this woman can sing. If she can't sing, I'm going to say, go get a job as a waitress.
So you guys, right now we're promoting a great single. It's called "Where I Begin." It's getting radio airplay.
But I know she can sing. I can
She's
tell.
getting radio airplay all over Canada. It's going to be part of her show called. How do you actually pronounce it? The name?
Originals.
Okay, it just goes with, because I know you spell
I
it
know
well.
you could sing because you have a clear speaking voice.
Oh, thank you.
I listen to your.
So you guys, she's going to be doing her show Originals. It's songs about love and life and finding your way in the world. We'll talk more about it after we play the video. But the name of this song is "Where I Begin." It's doing very, very well in the adult contemporary markets and on like SoundCloud and Spotify and YouTube. And now it's getting airplay in Canada. So why don't you introduce the video? Juan, you get the video ready, please. It's the one that says Gina Zolan, "Where I Begin." And you announce it. Announce it that we're going to play it, and then you hang on, and we'll be right back.
Well, I recorded it in San Pedro at the studio where my co-writer does all of his creating at his home. It's a fantastic studio. And I did the music video you're about to see in Point Roberts, which is where I'm a snowbird from. Point Roberts is like a exclave, they call it, off of Vancouver, British Columbia.
Cold.
So we went into the church, the Trinity Church, and filmed this because it was basically a place where you begin sometimes in church to have that meeting with yourself saying, how do I start over? how do I go from devastation to something new that I can go into with hope? Because a lot of people come to a crossroads where something's happened to them and they just don't know how to start over. And that's what the song is about. And it takes place, the video, in the Trinity Church in Point Roberts, Washington.
Let's hear it. I'm excited.
Hi, everybody. This is Where I Begin by Gina Zolan.
Gina Zollman, Where I Begin.
Lost in a world of shattered dreams, nothing is ever what it seems. Searching for truth behind the lies, I only see clouds in the skies. I lost my love in the game of life, I don't know how I will survive. I took a risk, what did I get? Just a losing bet. Now I'm standing here in the great unknown, and I find myself feeling so alone. And I know that time is on no one's side, so I'm in a hurry to be on a journey to find where I begin. Where I begin to find where I begin. I look in the mirror, I don't see the way I thought my life would be. Sand in the hourglass rushes through, I don't know what I should do. So I make the best of what is left of this sad, unbearable mess of a life that I must live. It is what it is. Now I'm standing here in the great unknown, and I find myself feeling so alone. And I know that time is on no one's side, so I'm in a hurry to be on a journey to find where I begin. Where I begin to find where I begin. Maybe this is a chapter in a beautiful life, and all the answers will show up in time. But until then, I'm standing here in the great unknown, and I find myself feeling so alone. And I know that time is on no one's side, so I'm in a hurry to be on a journey to find where I begin. Where I begin to find where I
Yay!
You can sing and you belong on Broadway.
Oh, thank you.
You're a musical singer. You're stage.
Thank you.
More
I
than
feel like I am a live act. When you see me live, it's completely different than just a recording.
yeah, no, I could see that, but definitely,
Thank you.
definitely.
I love it. So
And it's a nice song too, religious.
It is. It's very religious. It's having a meeting with your creator. How do I get through this?
But you have a good voice. I knew you could sing.
Thank you.
So you guys, one thing
So you're here in a musical.
I am. I'm associated with the Palm Canyon Theater. I did 3 shows with them last year. I did Elf, Something Rotten, and Sweeney Todd, all of which won numerous awards at the Desert Theater League Awards and recently. And this year I'm doing currently in La Cage aux Folles, which is a Jerry Herman musical, and the book is by Harvey Fierstein.
Yep.
Yes.
And it's fantastic. The leads are so phenomenal. Ron Coronado plays Zaza, the drag queen, who's married to Luke Rainey's character, Georges. So Georges and Albin, and Zaza is Albin. They are so in love and so care about each other. You fall in love with this musical because you believe them as a beautiful couple.
Right.
And it's quite an outstanding statement, even in today's day and age, to see a musical based on a relationship between two gay male characters that's wholesome and positive. And it's a great show. The Cagels are the mostly male dancers that are in drag, and they are phenomenal. They're a character in themselves. Just the Cagels, when they come on stage, the energy goes through the roof. And there's a lot of great character actors in the show that have this supporting roles. I'm in the ensemble. At my age, I'm not complaining. I'm happy to be in the ensemble, but there's not a lot of roles at my age that I'm.
Stop with your age. Stop that.
No, I'm just saying that I'll take whatever they give me. I have a role in Sordid Wedding. It's called A Very Sordid Wedding by Ralph Shores.
Gina, remember one thing. There is no such thing as age on a stage. They could make you young and they could make you old. It's all in the character. So that's a lot of baloney. Marlene Dietrich was working at 89 or 90 on stage and looking fabulous. So don't ever say your age. It's a deterrent. You don't look old. You don't sound old. You're not old. You're ageless. We actors are ageless. We are what we become from our script or what we have to do.
I agree with you. I'm just saying that I'll be in the show, small role, big role. I want to be on stage, and I love these shows that they bring up. I've always wanted to be in La Cage aux Folles. I'm going to be in My Fair Lady in February. I've always wanted to be in My Fair Lady. I feel so privileged to be in a part of this troupe.
I think it's wonderful. More power to you.
She's also going to be in A Very Sordid Wedding in January, you guys, and that's a Del Shores production. And Del Shores in Palm Springs, he's like an icon. You know?
So you're working.
So
good for you.
Absolutely.
You guys, I want to tell everybody. Okay, you can stream or download the single "Where I Began," but she's also got another album, a full-length album with 12 tracks. It's called Anywhere With You. It's also available on all the digital download sites and all the streaming sites. It's a phenomenal album. So you guys should get that too. And if you want to see Gina, she's doing her show Originals, songs about love, life, and finding your way in the world. Her special guest is her co-writer, who she mentioned before we played the song, Kevin Fisher. And he's a phenomenal songwriter, you guys. He's done stuff for Rascal Flatts, Sarah Evans, Little Big Town, Uncle Cracker. I mean, all the biggest people. So she's really working with a super duper talent. And the show is on Sunday, November 24th. It's at 3 p.m. The doors open at 2:30. It's very inexpensive. It's $20 at the door. So you can go hear Gina sing and listen to all her music, before you go, and you'll know. So tell us a little bit about the show.
Well, it's all originals. And on the album, Anywhere With You, the first song called An Hour or So in the Dark is an original. And I got so much positive feedback from my first album. So why don't you do an album of all originals? So my second album is all originals. And it's called Originals with Gina in the middle.
I like that play on words.
It's O-R-I and then G-I-N-A and then L-S. So original.
That's right.
That's
why I wasn't sure how to pronounce it, if you pronounced it to bring the Gina out or not. That's why I was asking you that before.
I do it both ways. The show has 17 songs that have been written in the last year. And Kevin I met because he had advertised on Facebook as a singer-songwriter teaching a lyrics class. And why I like that, because I had taken 4 lyrics classes, 2 from Marcy Heisler, who's a New York cabaret and musical theater writer. And then 2 classes from Mark Winkler, who's an LA-based jazz writer, and he's had over 250 songs recorded. But neither of them required me to set my songs to music, to set my lyrics to music. And that was the step up working with Kevin, that I had to actually get associated with musicians and start putting my music to words. Now, I had obviously worked with other people before, but moving to Palm Springs and being away from LA, I had lost those connections. So I made the connection with Kevin, and over the course of the first class I took with him, we kind of sorted each other out and decided to work together. And we created 2 songs for my Anne Murray show, which was last May. And we created them as if we were writing specifically for Anne Murray if she were recording still. And so we had Any Road You Choose and Magical Kiss, which were part of this tribute show to Anne Murray. And once again, we got so much phenomenal feedback for the original music, besides the Anne Murray hits.
How are you accompanied? Just piano or trio?
For the Anne Murray tribute show, we had a full band and backup singers.
For your show.
For the original show coming up, it's tracks, plus Kevin's going to be on 1 of 3 of his guitars.
Okay.
I love it. So what makes you do an Anne Murray tribute show, just out of curiosity?
Excuse me?
What made you decide to do an Anne Murray tribute show, just out of curiosity?
It's a problem in performing when you're a solo act, what you perform, how you're going to get people to come to your shows. And when you develop a following, then you need to create another show because your following has already seen your show.
Right.
So the goal is to have a show that travels so that you can have a following in different cities. Go to Houston, go to Chicago, go to Palm Beach, go to Boston, go to New York, go to San Francisco, and you can begin to have a business model that actually keeps you afloat, where you get to do what you love, you get to develop your audience, and you get to travel. Because most people who are in show business do have to travel to make a living. So I thought, nobody's doing a show about Anne Murray, because I Googled it. There are almost no tribute acts to Anne Murray. I thought, this is a niche market, especially since I live in the Pacific Northwest half the year. So I did the first show. We had 72 or 75 people in the audience. It was a really, really great audience. We had piano, synth, guitar, drums, bass, and I think I had a cello. And it was a really big production, and it was a huge success. People loved it. My director was sitting in the back. He said people were actually holding hands and swaying to the music and crying at certain points. I really touched people with that show. And I intend to take it on the road when I get to that point. I'm doing the originals now because it's a little bit easier to do that show with the tracks, because the Anne Murray show requires a big band. And
Yes.
Anne worked with a big band, and that's her signature. And I wanted to honor her in that way because she had a tremendous rapport with her band members and traveled with them. But it is a little more expensive to work that way.
She has a lot of hits, though. I didn't know. I asked him. I was like, "Does Anne Murray have a lot of hits?" Because I don't really know. She has a lot of hits.
Of course.
You'd be surprised how many of them you know by heart.
Yeah, I know. I just Googled it and looked it up, and I'm like, "Oh, I know these. I know the first 8 songs."
I can't think of one off my head, but if I looked at it,
Snowbird.
Needed
Just Another Woman in Love. Could I Have This Dance?
So wait, when you were growing up, then who were some of your influence? Like he's a huge fan of Johnny Mathis. That's like his favorite is Johnny Mathis. Like, who were some of your influences growing up?
I can tell it in 2 ways.
Okay.
I had Mama Cass's solo album, and I listened to that. I had.
We just talked about her because he was at a party with her.
I was at a party with Mama Cass in the 1960s, and she was very nice, but she was so stoned on coke. They did a line of coke this long. I thought they were going to explode. But yeah, Mama Cass was nice.
I had Karen Carpenter, and I had Carole King. I had Glenn Campbell. I had
I like
comedy. I had a lot of comedy albums. You can't. I did a lot of character work when I was heavy, and we had Godfrey Cambridge, The Smothers Brothers, Alan Sherman, Bill Cosby. We had all those albums, and all my brothers and I, we memorized them. We also read Mad Magazine and had a lot of fun with that. But as far as musical influences, later on, I was very heavily influenced by Judy Garland, Frank Sinatra, and Sammy Davis Jr. And I think Sammy Davis Jr. has his legacy should be stronger because he was a triple threat. He was a fantastic performer. Nobody like him.
Yes. When I was a kid, I actually performed. I sang a lot up until like 6th grade, and then I kind of got nervous and I stopped. But I actually sang with the Carpenters in that song, Sing a Song with all the kids going, la, 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 la. I'm one of the kids.
Oh, wow.
From it. I love the Carpenters. Even now, I still listen to the Carpenters. So I love them. But I know everybody that you mentioned until you got to the end there, somebody Sherman or whatever. I don't know who those people are, but all the people, Glenn Campbell and all those people, they were all fabulous. I loved all of them.
Oh, yeah.
You met Sammy Davis Jr. a couple of times, didn't you?
Once at the Copacabana with the Supremes.
Wow.
I actually was at a baseball.
1967.
I was at a Atlanta Braves baseball game as a kid, and I got to throw the first pitch out for the game because my dad did something with the Atlanta Braves. Wait, let me finish. This has a point. So then I caught a fly ball, like a foul ball, and I caught it and I handed it down back to them because I didn't know what I was doing. And Sammy Davis was actually in the box and he signed the baseball and gave it back to me.
Oh, wow.
We were at the Copacabana to listen to the Supremes, and we had a ringside table, Sal and myself and another couple. And suddenly this little man comes and said, "Excuse me, can I sit here?" And it was Sammy.
Wow.
He was watching the Supremes. So afterwards, he said to me, "Thank you so much for leaving. Would you like to meet the Supremes?" I could care less, but I said, "Yes, I'd love to meet the Supremes." And we met in a hallway. We met the Supremes, and I chatted with him. He was very nice. Little. Very little guy. But Sammy, but I love the way he grabbed a chair and said, "May I?" and sat there just so he could watch them perform.
I like that.
And they were singing "Ain't No."
Little though. You remember that clip from the Vegas show they did, the Rat Pack, where Dean Martin picks him up and says, "I'd like to thank you all for this NAACP award," and he's picked up
Junior. That's funny. That is funny though. So, like, what about now? Then, what kind of music do you listen to now? Do you still listen to the music of the past, or do you listen to like anything from today, or like what are your musical?
I'm a big fan of Adele.
Oh,
I'm a big fan of Shania Twain.
Yes.
And these are people that are going to be around forever.
Ever.
Yeah, I like Taylor Swift. I can't say I've bought her albums, but I admire her, and she has managed to surf the wave of celebrity and all the trials and tribulations successfully. I give her a lot of credit. And I love her song, "Shake It Off." I mean, it's a really great mantra to have in this business, to have a thick skin and just shake it off.
She has to. She's the most, biggest women performer ever. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan, but I have so much respect for what she's actually done.
Right.
She's worth over $1 billion, and she's very young still. So I give her props for all that. But music-wise, I don't like her as much, even though I do like her more now as a pop artist than she was a country artist. But Adele, I think, is one of the greatest singers ever. I have every Adele album.
She's so talented.
Yeah, so she's fabulous. So I love it to death. So we want to tell everybody too again. So you guys, Gina's going to be in Palm Springs for all these other shows. But the big show that we really want everybody to get excited about is her original show. It's on November 24th at 3 p.m. It's at the Arthur Newman Theater at the Jocelyn Center on Catalina Way in Palm Desert, California. It's part of the Sunday Cabaret series. So you can go to SundayCabaretSeries.com. You can also get information at GinaZollman.com. There you go. She's got the little flyer with the information. And Gina will be performing her original songs along with her co-writer, Kevin Fisher, who's, a phenomenally talented individual on his own. And then she's got La Concha Fall at the Palm Canyon Theater through November 17th. And after that, in January, A Very Sordid Wedding at the Palm Canyon Theater. And then in February, she's got My Fair Lady at the Palm Canyon Theater. And what, don't you perform in Palm Springs other nights also?
I do, and I'm about to get a regular standing gig at a place called Nick's in Cathedral City, but I'll have to announce that another day. But I do perform on Monday nights at the Roost, but that's an open mic. You'll see a lot of different local singers there. And also on Wednesday nights at the Play Lounge, it's an open mic, but it's a way to meet and network with people. And if you like live entertainment, you can't beat it. It's just
Oh yeah. Do you know Chris Bennett?
I've met them, but I don't know them.
Chris Bennett's a girl. She's a piano player, singer, and she plays all over Palm Springs.
I don't know if I know her. I've heard the name.
Yeah, you've probably seen her because
you should get to know her.
She knows everybody. She's very nice, Chris Bennett.
Wow.
She's very sweet, very nice.
Well, let me tell you why I think you should come to this show on the 24th, because to support people like me who are creating and coming up with cutting edge combination of music and lyrics that will open your heart and have you see things a different way, the way that art uplifts you and opens you up. And I believe that my co-writer and I have really struck gold. Every time we perform these songs, people come up to me saying, "Where are you performing? When can I see you?" It's like a tidal wave coming. And I want you to catch us while you still can at these rates of $20 to see a live act of people that are maybe the new McCartney Lennon, maybe the new Simon and Garfunkel. I'm that excited about what we're doing, and we want to share it with you and make sure you can see us at this level, where you can be in an intimate setting and really get to hear our songs at the third or the fourth or the fifth row for $20. It's amazing.
Fabulous.
So did you hear that, folks? $20, you get a night out and you hear some good music. Go.
No, it's going to be fantastic. And also, you guys, if you want to check out her single, Where I Begin, which is the video we played, you can either watch it again on YouTube. All you have to do is Google on YouTube, search Gina Zollman, Where I Begin. It's on SoundCloud. It's on Spotify. And then you can stream her whole album, Anywhere With You. So tell us about the tracks, Anywhere But You. Like, what are those? Some originals and some not originals? Is that what that is?
There's 12 songs on the CD. The first song is original. It's called An Hour or So in the Dark. And it's my take on what it's like to be a singer, because you create an atmosphere where you take people on a journey and they leave their troubles behind and they go along with you. And at the end, you have an epiphany where you feel like you've really traveled some way in a mystical way. You've traveled somewhere in a mystical way and you feel rejuvenated, and you've had an hour or so in the dark. And it's been that way since man had a village or a cave. It's always been that way, that people get together and celebrate with music.
Absolutely. And then the other 11 songs then are covers?
There are all covers. Some of them are more known than others. I have Someone to Watch Over Me, My Romance. I have A Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square. I have other songs that you would recognize.
My Romance.
There's a song off the Nora Jones album called the Nora Jones album. It's I'm missing the name right now, but it's a combination of Duke Ellington and Nora Jones.
Is My Romance, is that James Taylor?
No, that's Rodgers and Hart.
Okay.
My romance doesn't
James
need
Taylor,
a castle.
Yeah. James Taylor recorded that song also, just because that's how I know it.
I love James Taylor.
I love James Taylor too.
He's like a warm blanket. He's so sweet.
I saw him in concert, and he was so good. So you guys, let's support independent music and independent shows because it's a lot of fun. And she's in Palm Springs, and she's going to be touring all over the place as she's setting everything up and becomes better and better known. But her album is really, really good. Just like the single that we played is really good. Again, you can follow her on Instagram. It's so. How did you come up with your Instagram handle?
Well, my birth name is Janina Maria Christina Capalbo. I think my mother was expecting an opera singer. And so when I go to use my birth name Giannina on Instagram, apparently there are 25 other Gianninas. So I'm Giannina 26. So I put Giannina Z26. So God knows if there's Giannina Z's of 26, but that's how it came around.
I love it.
Giannina is pretty unique. It's hard to spell. GIANNINAZ 26. But you can find me Gina Capalbo Zollman. My maiden name is Capalbo on Facebook, and Gina Zolan Singer on Facebook.
There you go, you guys. To follow, support independent music. She's fabulous. Hopefully, we've established a new audience for you of new fans, of people who have not heard of you before, but they will have heard of you now because the show will get a ton of plays before in the next 30 days. We'll probably get 4 or 5 million plays. So we want to thank you for coming on the show.
Yes.
It's fabulous.
I'd like to offer you both comp tickets for the show, front row center.
Oh, we would love it. We'll
Thank
be there.
you.
We'll be
Oh,
there.
I don't know about
I will.
because I may be having some work done.
It's on a Sunday afternoon.
Oh, Sunday.
Sunday afternoon at 3.
Yes.
I'm gonna brazenly show this again. It's at 3:00.
Absolutely.
So what day am I going to see? Friday. What day is Friday? So she's the 24th. No, December.
No, she's the 24th of
This
November.
is the Sunday before Thanksgiving. This is the Sunday before Thanksgiving.
No, it's November, you guys. November 24th, you guys.
Support live music.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Arthur Newman Theater at the Jocelyn Center, SundayCabaretSeries.com, and GinaZollman.com. It's all fabulous. Thank you so much for coming on the show, and we'll continue to promote for you, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you so much.
In November.
I really enjoyed it meeting you all, and I'd
Nice meeting you.
I'd love to come back.
Absolutely. Bye-bye, Gina. See ya.
And remember, every day is a new day of a new section of your life.
Okay.
That's what I do. Every morning I wake up, I say, okay, another section. Let's see what happens in this section. But I never look back, only to see happy stuff. But
well, I hope I look as good as you do, and when I'm in your
84, almost 85.
fantastic.
I don't feel it, I don't think it, and I don't want to be it, but I am. But it doesn't stop me from working. I've got 6 movies looking up ahead. I just finished shooting a movie. It's not easy. I get tired, but I work. I mean, same with you. It's not as when you're 21. You could do anything.
I need my sleep. That's for sure.
Yes.
I need my sleep too, but I'm going to undergo some kind of sinus. I have a sinus breathing problem.
We got to go.
Yeah, so that's why I thought I couldn't go, but I can.
Anyway, you guys, GinaZollman.com. Check it out. Gina, we'll see you next week, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see everybody next week. Bye, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Can turn out to be so wrong. Yeah, we in the mix. Yeah, we in the mix. It's another episode. Here we go. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Interviewing the hottest, newest, and truest of today's celebrities. Make sure to subscribe so you can get notified weekly. Jimmy Star, he's the king of cool. Ron Russell, he's a gorgeous dude. Chat room is live and you would be a fool not to vibe with us at the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Come watch it live on W4CY Radio. Miss some past episodes? Download on iTunes. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. It's the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.